There we go. You guys already know this. This isn't news, right? It's just a reminder for us all about those tendencies of mind. Forgetting love means we've already forgotten the existing blessing. And you've not only forgotten the existing blessing around you, you forgot that you are that blessing. You yourself, as you are in fact that blessing. And then we get into the more, better, bigger, gotta habits. But where does it begin? And even for myself, with a lot of practice, it begins with somehow believing that the love and that myself in that love is somehow not sufficient. And I cannot know how it will play. And I think we like that, right? If we've got the potato salad just right, at least we can offer that. And this idea of, well, then that's enough, because, right, I put the parsley in and I usually forget. And then and actually, no, it's never true. And of course, what I've seen just over these last several days is that you can never know, it is true, and B, it doesn't matter because love doesn't need that. Problem solving likes that. Solution finding likes that. Task-centered mind likes that. But actually, where love is, I gotta say, because that's where presence is, that's where gratitude is, it is always enough. So let's see what David Whyte, once again, we're gonna go back to this. I think most of you can see part of it, I hope so. Let's just read a little bit. We'll read the first two paragraphs. Gratitude is not a passive response to something we have been given. Gratitude arises from paying attention, very much like love, from being awake in the presence of everything that lives within and without us. We begin where we can, within or without. Gratitude is not necessarily something that is shown after the event. It is the deep a priori. Remember that word? Before the gratitude comes the attention that shows we understand and are equal to the gifted nature of life, that we understand something essential. Without this, I would then say, there cannot be me. Without this Sangha, there cannot be a teacher. Without the teachings, there cannot be a teacher, right? Just that small example. Without the giver, there cannot be a gift, says the suttas. And without the gift, there can be no receiver. And all begin with you. All of them, the gift, the giver, and the receiver, all begin with you. You are all of that in your offering, your truest, most authentic. Sometimes, by the way, even pained. So, gratitude is the understanding that many millions of things come together and live together and mesh together and breathe together in order for us to take even one more breath of air. It's unimaginable, isn't it? What it takes for this living moment. That the underlying gift of life and incarnation as a living, participating human being is a privilege, that we are miraculously part of something rather than nothing. Even if that something is temporarily pain or despair, we inhabit a living world with real faces, real voices, laughter, the color blue, the green of the fields, the freshness of a cold wind, or the tawny hue of a winter landscape. To see the full miraculous essentiality of the color blue is to be grateful with no necessity for a word of thanks. This is an interesting idea, isn't it? It is in the beholding, says Rilke, that the gratitude is gifted. In the beholding, in the knowing, in the presence, in the wow of that, you have already established thanks. It's a hard idea for us, isn't it? Because we have lots of rules about thanks. Because in the beholding, in the knowing, in the felt sense, in that gratitude, there will be actions that will arise naturally. Maybe, as we said in the last few weeks, not necessarily even towards the one we perceived as being the gifter. Maybe not even, but that it does not diminish the gift. That kindness leads to kindness, leads to gratitude, leads to kindness, leads to gratitude, leads to joy is just its path. And that we can watch that to see its reality and its validity. To see fully the beauty of a daughter's face across the table or a son's outline against the mountains is to be fully grateful without having to seek a God to thank him, or by the way, having to seek necessarily the giver. We can say it is gifted and not even have to guess where it's all come from. Because remember, not one source. We are interconnected, interdependent. To sit among friends and strangers, hearing many voices, strange opinions, to intuit even stranger inner lives beneath calm surface lives, to inhabit many worlds at once in this world, to be a someone amongst all other someones, to be a person, as I have said many times, of no status, not having to be special because the specialness is already gifted. And therefore, to make a conversation without saying a word is to deepen our sense of presence and therefore our natural sense of thankfulness that everything happens both with and without us, that we are participants and witness all at once. I love that line. That's the meditation, to be participants and witness in our wholeness all at once. Thankfulness finds its full measure in generosity of presence, in the showing up. We sit at the table as part of every other person's strange world while making our own world without will or effort by the presence itself. Thanksgiving happens when our sense of presence meets and fully beholds the other in their presence. Let yourself sit quietly and at ease. Allow the body to be relaxed and open, and then we shall begin. So finding your sitting posture. We're going to follow those very instructions for our practice today. Thank you all for being here. And so as we begin, the instructions are always the same. It doesn't mean we can't modify them, but what it actually suggests in the sutta itself is that if you do not follow a certain mindful order, the chances you can get lost or caught in the narrative rather than in the experience. And so we always begin in the body because the body is not the thinker. The body is simply present. And so we always reside here first. And so we could just simply begin by feeling the sense of the body, says the Buddha. The body simply sitting here, breathing. Eyes open or closed, head bowed or upright, hands clasped or placed gently in the lap, right? It doesn't matter. Can you breathe with the sense of aliveness, of the gift of being privileged to be in this human life, gifted already? And then we take a nice big in-breath, breathing in, release the breath, settling back. And we let go a little bit right here, don't we? We let go of this idea that there's a breather. We surrender immediately. Let the body have it. It already owns it. We let the body breathe short or long. the sense of weight, of pressure, of contact, the sense of the uprightness, or the repose if you're lying. You have already rejoined this world. Then we begin, as always, moving from the body as a whole, sitting here breathing. We move down. We invite the breath along with our attention down to the feet. And we feel the feet as if for the first time. And we are grateful. However these feet are, we are grateful for the feet. The coolness, the hard or soft, the pulsing or tingling on the inner being of the feet, their contact with the earth. Gratitude for these feet. And then we just move into the legs, taking a few breaths here. We golfed a lot yesterday. I'm pretty thankful for these legs. It has nothing to do with the quality of the golf, by the way. It just has to do that I could be out there bending and stretching and jumping on and jumping off the cart, looking at that amazing view, walking towards it and away. Grateful for these legs that got you here. And then into the hips, feeling our seat. And then taking this seat on purpose with intention. And letting that body rest, dropping right in to that Dharma seat that is yours, that only you can occupy, no other. Feeling the uprightness of the body. We're going to see if we can release enough to invite the relaxed and open breath. Feeling the truth of this noble, gifted human life with this upright head. And then as we come into the front of the body, being grateful for these eyes that see and love and pay attention, invite the truth. And this mouth that we invest so much in, that speaks the thoughts. The nose that breathes, cheeks that hold the face and invite and support that smile. And we're grateful. And we feel into the breath as it touches the throat and moves in and out of the lungs. See if we can't just be grateful and enjoy the reality of each breath the gift of each breath. So fortunate to have this life. There's no efforting, there's nothing to struggle against. The breath is the breath, it's breathing as it should, as it can. It is enough. Dropping into the middle of the breath state. And just resting the attention here. We invite the aspiration for this practice to be of gratitude and joy. To invite a tender and open heart that allows the feelings to be felt, that allows the expanding, the getting real, the being tender. It also means we have to allow the queasy, the grip, the tightness. Just one breath. And as we practice this week, can we be grateful for the whole of the human experience? And rather than contract us or close us off, rather than separate us, can we open? And we can begin that right here in the chest, in the belly. And can we then, as we set aspirations, remember all the care, infinite, really, unimaginable, all the care that you have received to be here? Can you imagine? No. No, incomprehensible. The infinite amounts of care required for you to be sitting here like this. Can we acknowledge all that supports us in this care? You couldn't name it all. But I'd like you to take a moment and call as many of those things as you can. I recollect, I remember, I recognize with gratitude all of the things that contributed to my being. What do we name? We name the elements: the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth, the winds, the waters, fire, warmth. We name people, mothers and fathers and partners and children and friends and colleagues, mentor, strangers. Strangers. We name people in little boxes on screens. Breathe that, and how does it change the quality of the breath? Doesn't it make every single tiny, right, sector of that breath more precious. Yes, it does. Can we be grateful for animals, pets, insects, fishes, birds? I can hear the birds, dogs and cats, wild animals and domestic animals, the animals we have loved, and then the animals that count on us. And that would be all of them, everywhere. The plants, the trees, the grasses, the flowers, the gardens. With gratitude, may I remember that all of this blessed my life. Breathe in that gratitude and breathe it out. You can feel the swelling of the heart. It's too big to hold. And so we let it break open. We remember with gratitude the care, the effort, the commitment of all those thousands of lineages, of generations of the ancients, the elders, the ancestors, tribes who came before us, who have offered us their wisdom. That is also here. Right. With gratitude, I remember the care and the commitment of those in the traditions, in the lineages, all the wisdom that has come to our time. And then all that is here in those offerings, all the people, all the supports, those that are examples and models of goodness, of kindness, of care, of love, of compassion, of tenderness and strength and courage and persistence. Those who embody that wisdom. We we be grateful? Grateful for the gifts of the earth, grateful for the gifts of health and well-being that we may have. Grateful, deep gratitude for family and friends, the interconnection of it all. I offer my gratitude for every experience I've ever had, painful ones, terrifying ones, tender ones, loving ones, that I have grown some quality of greater humanness. Even my ill will, my hatred, my aggression, when I can recognize it as a gift. I am grateful for the capacity, for the possibility of waking up right there. In the midst of the reaction, right as the words are tumbling out, can I speak and remember? We are grateful for every lesson and every truth that has been gleaned from it, because we are more. This is our capacity. This is our continual awakening. We know gratitude by not only the felt sense of gratitude, but the felt sense of ingratitude. We know it by the deadness. We know it by the contraction, by the closure. We know it by the shutting down. We know it by the suffering. This is the beauty of this. It's such a teacher. So much that knowing. And if we continue in the suffering, can we be grateful to go, wait a minute, still more to see, more to understand, more to know, more insights to gain, more patience to develop, more forbearance, more skill, more and deeper understanding, more love, more forgiveness, more mercy than I currently possess, with gratitude. What an opportunity. I can be better, more, this breath. And can we then be grateful for the offerings of these same teachings to others? The same have to be angry to know anger. They have to be hating to know hatred and to know it's suffering. And that we are all on this path. We learn not only from our own, we learn from others. And most of us would not do to the other what they do to themselves. The judgments, the condemnation, the criticisms, the really so confused and delusional sense of one's unworthiness. We would not wish this for anyone, not ourselves. Which breeds compassion. Then we can feel for ourselves and others, right, in our confusion, rather than be angry or hate. We can go, yep, I got that. And then we smile, don't we? We smile. We go, right, this is how it goes. This is the truth of this human life. We make mistakes, we get it right, we pay attention. And we learn from it all. And then you can only be joyful. Every day, a new day, a good day to awaken. And can we then rejoice? Can we rejoice in it all? You can laugh out loud if you're really paying attention. You spend a lot of time on it, right? And not in a sarcastic way. You go, yeah, I know the truth of this. And there's learning happening in all directions at all times. And there are those who are benefiting. That's the point of this life. Can we see our true capacity and the capacity of others to learn, to grow, to heal, to love, right out of the right misfortune, right out of the mistake, right out of the getting it wrong. And think of all those others for whom you can rejoice. And put yourself at the front of the list. The blessing of you. And what a teacher you are, not only for your accomplishments, not only for your cultivated qualities, but for your very mistakes, that others learn from you in this way also. And the ownership of that mistake, and the humility in that mistake, and the acknowledgement in that mistake, and the compassion that arises, rejoice. And then in every direction, internal, external, and both, there are blessings. And we see then the blessing in confusion, And we even see it in the hatred, because then we can see its suffering and commit ourselves to it. Blessing of the shutting down, so that we can feel it and know that it cannot be. We are given instructions over and over with each breath. And if we are paying attention with compassion, with essential kindness, it's just a beautiful, beautiful teaching and beautiful, beautiful life. How precious this is. And so rest in that gratitude and joy, this very rejoicing for it all. The blessings, internal, external, both the blessings of you, the blessings of the other, the blessings of the challenge. It does not mean it does not also bring pain or sorrow or grief or terror. Not the point. That is also true. But the possibility is larger, so much larger. And so with each breath, we offer the blessings. May I be joyful. May my happiness increase with my understanding. Right? This is how it works. May it increase with my wisdom. May I not be separated from the great happiness that is unavoidable, unconditional with that wisdom. May my blessings continue and its causes continue to increase. Increasing my joy, my wisdom, my compassion, my And then we can, of course, offer those blessings to another. May you be joyful. May your happiness increase by your wisdom, by your recognition, by your remembrance, by your cursing, by your love and compassion and kindness. May you not be separated from the great happiness that is unavoidable from this life. May all the good fortunes be yours, and may it increase your joy, your happiness. And so we rest in joy. Dwell in joy, the result of gratitude, the only result. We practice so that we can go into the world and then effortlessly bring that gratitude in. And we remember now so that we can remember then. We practice now intentionally so that we can go out into the world naturally, 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 and loving. And may this practice today contribute. May the Sangha today contribute. May the truth today contribute. May your own aspiration, your own intention contribute to the good of the world. May we all be filled with loving kindness, gratitude, and joy. And may we be well. May we enter the world today with joy, with ease, with that felt sense of enoughness and gratitude, and a smile that is a yourself. And may we all be happy. And may our happiness increase. May it be so this very day. And we let this day be good. So good. So my wish is that whatever you are doing today, that you bring those qualities of heart mind with you. And it does begin with mindfulness, doesn't it? It does begin there, because the right view leads to the right effort, which leads to the right action, which leads to the right result. It is the path. It is the way. And you can trust it. And I trust you to intention those very qualities and that mindfulness for yourself, for me, and for each other. I'm grateful to you. I hope you had a beautiful time of thanks and giving. I don't know. I hope that Greg has reminded our Sangha of when we will be doing our next St. Andrews. Greg, did that get covered at the beginning? Hopefully.
It did not. It's December the 14th is the date. And if everybody can bring, canned goods or packaged food, pastas and cereals and those types of things, and just bring them to Carrie's house and we'll deliver them on the 15th. So if you can bring them there.
I will put Carrie's address there right off of Santa Fe East. Past the SDA Academy. I think she would like that delivered the Tuesday before the Wednesday delivery. So as you guys are out shopping in the Black Friday, whatever, if you happen to drop by the grocer or the 99-cent store or the Dollar Tree or your pantry, I'm gonna guess that pantry's got a bunch of stuff in there that would be of benefit to others. So please make a commitment to help us, help others at this time, especially as we approach these holy days. That would be wonderful. I appreciate all of you and your contribution. If for some reason you can't get it there, let us know, and we will do our best to help you, as Al did last in, I think it was October, our last program. I hope all of you have a wonderful weekend. I know there's lots of leftovers for everyone. For the most part, please enjoy those and those you share them with. Yes, happiness does grow with wisdom, Robin. In fact, we know that as we become more clear seeing, as we become more mindful, as we recognize the truth more, we become clearer and happier. It is true. And we let go of what we cannot. I think this is a part of the wisdom. We love even those we cannot change, and the impact we, hi there, that's my sister's dog coming in to greet us this morning. What is this gratitude write-up from? The gratitude write-up that I read was from David White on gratitude, and you can look it up right on the internet. It's very available. And I think it's simply called Gratitude. And David White, W-H-Y-T-E, Irish poet. And yeah, it is meaningful and beautiful. Hi, come on in. Come on, push the door. Come on. You can't quite figure it out yet. All right, everyone. Please have a very beautiful, wonderful, joy-filled day. Blessings and love to all of you. I trust that you're going to go into the world today, however it is, for whatever reason it is, to do whatever it is you do and make it better. And I have complete confidence in you and in that and in us. So I'm counting on you, and I want others to be able to count on you too. So thank you so much. Next December 4th, next Saturday, Pete will be on Zoom. We will be, 8 members of EMC will be at the holiday basket distribution. And so I will not be here, but Pete will. And of course, making an exceptional offering, as he and Greg always do. And I will see you then in the garden, back in the garden, on Saturday, December 11th will be our next opportunity in the garden. Thank you for those who are asking about when we'll be back there. I'm really enjoying it myself. And so I hope you will join us at that time. You will get a reminder. Yes, I look forward to hearing how it was with Pete too. I will not be here. So I hope that there will be others who can support Pete and record. I'll talk to a few of you about that, just so we can make sure to include that in our archived offerings. All right, everyone. Mwah. Be well, everyone. Happy gratitude, happy joy, happy rejoicing, happy love, happy each other. Have a good weekend.